Yeah, that's a good one.
So you take the world's largest team tournament circuit with the largest guaranteed payback in history. What do you have? You have the Skeeter Bass Champs Tournament Trail. Now we're going to bracket down our tournament champions. We took our overall tournament champion, the TX Shootout champion. We took 3 big bass winners, including the Berkeley Big Bass, the Mega Bass event brought to you by the Sportsman's Auto Network, and the Skeeter Owners Tournament, along with 4 Angler of the Year teams. It doesn't get any better than this, and it starts right now.
Come on, big boy. There we go, boy. Good job.
In 1997, Chad Potts and Jeff Welch created the Bass Champs Tournament Organization, hosting amateur fishing events throughout the state of Texas. And when Skeeter Boats came aboard as the title sponsor, Bass Champs became the largest team tournament circuit in the nation, boasting the richest guaranteed payback in grassroots competition. So if you love bass fishing and you want to have a great time competing in the biggest team tournaments and big fish competitions, it's time to join us at Bass Champs. I'm here with Chad Potts and Jeff Welch from the Skeeter Bass Champs Tournament Trail. And guys, before we see the anglers in action, we got to go over a few key points. Chad, this is the bracket system, what we've all waited on. It dialed down to the Anglers of the Year. Who do we have today?
We got our North Region Anglers of the Year, Garrett McPherson, Dusty Spurgeon. We have our South Region, Spike Stoker, Stuart Jeffries. It's going to be a heck of a match.
I'm sure it will be. And Jeff, you know, you are the tournament official at each of these matches. Now, how do the rules work?
I'll tell you what, we upped it a little here. It is a championship round for these guys in the match bracket. We're going to 18-inch minimum. We're going to no nets and 3 fish.
3 bass, 18 inches. Okay, but hold on a second. The equipment that these guys are going to use was presented by Berkeley.
That's right. Berkeley gave us a whole bunch of baits, all kinds of different line sizes. 4 rods now. Last year we went with 3. This year we went with 4. They got a spinning rod and then 3 casting combos. So they got plenty of things to use. Great tackle, great rods and reels, all the best line there is, and we're going to see what they do.
I think we're set, Jeff. The anglers are idling out right now.
Let's see what happens.
Let's watch.
We don't really know what the forage is in the lake. You know, when we put in, there's a ton of bluegill, some kind of perch all down the edge. And so we kind of went with that strategy to start with. I mean, there was a ton of bait, so we're going to start with something that looks like that, and like I said, we'll just go from there. I mean, they gave us an awesome selection of Berkeley baits, and we may go through all of them. We'll see what we can find.
Well, we're probably going to be looking for some fish kind of outside, offshore a little bit. This, you know, it's in August now, and these fish ought to have pulled out, I would imagine.
We've got grass growing out here pretty long ways. It, you know, hopefully we can find a grass edge or a grass line that's going to drop off a little bit, and hopefully be able to find some better fish. I think there's a lot of fish in here. You know, we're just going to have the right 3.
28 feet, 27 feet?
27 foot.
Look at the fish out here.
Yep.
Suspended in 15. It's real shallow up there, but there's probably one in it.
I would imagine.
Right there's the fish. I got one too. Good one? Yeah, that's a good one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good job.
I just threw that worm up on top of that point and it started swimming off.
Need some more of those.
We're just about 10 minutes into the competition, and the northern team who we've been watching, they're on fish. They're on a ledge right here that has timber on it, and they're throwing 2 different styles of bait, which is very smart. You want to mix it up early in the competition to figure out what works best. So, a deep diving crankbait and a big Berkeley power worm. 2 great choices on a drop. Now, let's run down the lake and check in with our southern team.
good fish. Oh yeah.
Keeper number 1. We got our first
We
keeper.
need 5, 2 more just like that.
We need some more bigger than that one.
Skeeter Bass Champs with Fishburne is brought to you by Skeeter. Eat, sleep, fish. Yamaha. Reliability starts here. Power Pole. Swift, silent, secure. Lowrance. Find, navigate, dominate. Chevron Dello. Let's go further. Techron. Expect more. Sportsman's Auto Network. Dealers that speak our language.
We got our first keeper.
One bass for the northern team. It may seem like a slow start, but they are catching fish, and I got news for you. They'll put it together. But right now, let's run down the lake and check in with our southern team.
It's a good one. No, it's not. I don't think she's gonna make it.
I got one, little one. About what we expected on this little rig though.
That one did it the same way. Just letting it sit there on bottom.
Hey guys, give me an update.
We've got one that's about 19 or 20 inches. We've caught a bunch of nice fish, but they're just a little less than 18.
So the size limit is affecting you, but tell me about the bait you're using. Is something better than the others as far as just getting bites?
As we went through these trees, we saw a bunch of perch, you know, about that long bluegill. And they had that green tint with a little bit of the chartreuse tail. I mean, there's hundreds of them through here. And so we just went to that Pit Boss, that watermelon candy color. And I mean, we're catching some on it. Like I say, we're looking for that 8-pounder still.
So there you go. Perch in the water column up high. These guys are great fishermen. They're gonna figure it out. They're gonna match the hatch.
It's a good one. No, it's not. I don't think she's gonna make it. $17 3/4. But it was fun.
Here, maybe. Oh, I feel like a contributing member of the team now.
There you go. Bass number 2 for the southern team. They're just one shy of the limit. I'm glad that fish went 18 inches, but I gotta tell you what, they're struggling.
So there's a breakout here that we've already seen on the depth finder, and what we saw on it when we're coming off of it is there's actually fish that are feeding. You can see them, you know, the streak across the screen, and they're in about 15 feet. So what we want to do is try to get a crankbait or something down to those fish and see what that's all about.
I was throwing a chigger crawl and I'm not really getting the bites that I was hoping to get, so I'm going to go a different route and kind of go back with a worm. Same thing that he got bit on by that good keeper that we had earlier.
Oh, he's 16. This is our kind of fishing. We are structure fishermen. We like to be offshore when we can, and deep water really doesn't bother us. So the fact that we can't see what we're fishing is really, it really doesn't affect us like it might be some guys.
Hey guys, talk to me. You're catching a lot of fish, just not any big ones?
That's the problem right now. We've got one good one, but we need 2 more. It's we're like you said, we're catching a lot of fish, but we need the 18 inchers and bigger.
Tell me about the vegetation that's in this lake.
Right now, we're fishing the edge of grass line, so it kind of varies. It drops off about 10 foot right now, just right through here, and that really seems to be where we're getting our bites at. There's some wood that we're throwing around that I really anticipated to get some bites around it, but we haven't been bit around it yet.
Great, guys. Good luck.
There's a fish. Good one. Yeah, that's a good one. Either that or just green.
No, he's a good one.
All right. Dusty had just called it, so we were looking at the meter and or depth finder, and he said that grass starts about 9 feet, and I felt that worm come through it, and sure enough, there was a fish in it.
Got him?
I got him. You gotta know how big he is.
You a good one?
No. Oh yeah, he is too. Oh my gosh. Here he comes. All right, so what we did is we pulled back up on this point and just changed baits, went to this Berkeley bottom hopper on a little wacky rig. We'll see if he keeps. He keeps.
We're just about halfway through the competition, and the northern team has returned to the spot that they started on. You can see the visible trees up there. Well, those trees run all the way out to a sheer drop-off. A little bit of vegetation on there. It's a perfect recipe for big bass. I gotta tell you though, look right here. The southern team is less than 50 yards away. They're fishing isolated, deep trees out near the channel. Another great recipe for big bass.
This creek, the way, man, we just idled across it and it looks like it runs to those trees because those are in the middle of the creek. So we're just gonna follow the edge. It's 20 foot and they're sticking out of the water right there. So we just run down the edge of it and see. That's a perch.
Yeah, you can tell by the way he's bumping it. Well, if it's a perch, I got him.
Just leave it on there real slow.
It is. Look at that big old perch. Trophy.
Hang on.
All right, there we go.
Big one?
It's a good one. Big one. God, don't grab my line.
He's a fat sucker.
The southern team with a 3-fish limit. Guys, it's all tied up, and I gotta tell you, if it were the weigh-in right now, we would be so close. But here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go check in right now with the northern team to see if they've possibly culled a few fish. All right, gentlemen, give me an update. We know you had 3 earlier.
Yeah, so we came over here to the trees and we're throwing a 10-inch power worm in the trees, and we've caught several in here, and we've caught a keeper and another keeper in here, and he just wouldn't help us any. Our bag may be a little bit better than we thought, you know, with another 18-inch fish that won't help. So I don't know how much we have, but we got a decent sack.
Great, thank you.
Yes. Let's go, net man. That boy. I don't know if he helps or not, though. You got it?
Yep.
Big one?
I don't know.
Pretty good one. You need help?
I need him to turn his head.
Here. "17-incher. It's nice fish, though.
Skeeter Bass Champs with Fishburne is brought to you by Skeeter. Eat, sleep, fish. Yamaha. Reliability starts here. Power Pole. Swift, silent, secure. Lowrance. Find, navigate, dominate. Chevron Dello. Let's go further. Techron. Expect more. Sportsman's Auto Network. Dealers that speak our language.
Game over.
Well, what do you guys think?
I think we needed one more.
Needed to call out
4 pounds.
that one smaller fish. But I am happy we got 3.
All in all, we had a good day. We've got a limit, and it's not bad. We'll just have to see how it holds up.
All right, here we are, the first weigh-in of the first challenge of the 2018 Bass Champs TV Challenge. We've got Stuart Jeffrey, Spike Stoker, our South Region Anglers of the Year. You got a limit. That's what you're after.
A limit.
All right, here is your weight. I'm gonna write this down. Y'all good with that number out
Yes,
there? How do you feel about this? Come on up here, guys. How do you feel about this weight? I know it was tough out there. What are your thoughts?
Really just happy to have 3. It was kind of tough to catch that 18-inch size limit. Made it a little more difficult.
We're gonna see what your other guys or your competitors have, and then we're gonna bring you both up and determine a winner and see who moves on.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, there goes the Southern Division Angler of the Year team, and 3 great bass to their credit, but hold on. Only 3 keepers all day. Is it enough? We'll find out. But right now, Chad Potts is going to call up the Angler of the Year team from the north.
All right, here we go. Our North Region Anglers of the Year. Garrett McPherson, Dusty Spurgeon, gonna weigh in. We've already weighed in your competitors. It's gonna be a close race. Write this down. You good with that number?
Good.
Now that you've seen this weight, I know you don't know what their weights were yet. Come on in here a little bit tighter. I gotta find out what your thoughts are after seeing what you've had. I know you got to see each other fishing a little bit.
Right.
How do you think you did?
I think we're short.
I'm afraid we are. Yeah, it's we had a couple of chances today that would have helped us out, but you know, it was pretty tough fishing for us.
All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna get you guys back over there. We're gonna bring you both up together, and we're gonna determine a winner and see who moves on to the next round.
All right, great.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Oh my, the Northern Division Angler of the Year team just exits the stage with 3 great bass. We know it's going to be tight, but hey, did that one all-important call. They had 4 over 18 inches. Will it make a difference? The final announcement is now.
First off, congratulations for making it to this point. I know you guys worked hard all year long. Anglers of the Year in both of those regions is a heck of an accomplishment. And to get here and be able to compete in this format, I know it's something that you were looking forward to. And we're gonna have to let someone go home and someone move on. You guys know the game. We did make it a little tougher this year with the 18-inch, and you both managed to squeak out a limit, so that's good. I can tell you that there was a 2-pound, right out of 2-pound difference in your weights. You think it's you?
No, sir.
You think it's you?
I don't think so.
A lot of confidence on this stage. The winner is the North Region Anglers of the Year with 1284.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you very much.
Garrett, Dusty, again, congratulations. Come on, you're on stage acting like you didn't have this thing.
I know, we were totally shocked. We figured Spike had us, and we have just a ton of respect for them, and to beat them is truly an accomplishment.
I know it is. Angler of the Year teams are at their peak, but I got to tell you something, dude. An 18-inch fish is going to weigh over 3 pounds. You knew that.
We knew that we probably had 11 pounds. I mean, putting them in the live well, you know what the fish kind of weighs. But it's summertime, sometimes they could weigh a little bit less. We were very fortunate enough today to have it.
It's that crazy head-to-head format on a smaller body of water that makes this so much fun and interesting. You guys did a great job. You're going to advance. But whoa, next week, who are we going to see? The Central Angler of the Year team up against the Eastern Angler of the Year team. You don't want to miss it. I'm Fishburne. We'll see you next time on the Skeeter Bass Champs Television Challenge. It's time for the Berkeley winning strategy. After launching the boat and turning on their Lowrance electronics, Garrick and Dusty spent some valuable time doing a quick map study. They found that the lake had a mixture of timber, grass, and some steep break lines. And once they located an area where a creek channel swung in close to a main lake point, that's where they boated their first keeper. Their choice of lures were 2 soft plastic baits, including a Texas-rigged Berkeley 10-inch power worm and a wacky-rigged Havoc bottom hopper. After several attempts to locate other similar areas with little success, they returned to their first stop where they landed the winning 3-fish limit. And check this out. Their team motto, work hard, be honest, be humble, win. And that's your Berkeley winning strategy. Why are we not fishing as a team, you and I?
I don't know. I think we tried that. Did you start putting Just for Men on your beard? Do they have Just for Men red?
Well, you know how sometimes a spot of an off-color white will come in? Oh, yeah, I'm masking that.